Hey, hey, we're about to start. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. I get all excited because my guest is here. She's ready to go, so I apologize. But thank you for joining us today. We got a special guest here today, and we're very excited to have her here. Her background is in education, so we're very proud of that. I was a teacher at one time, and it's tough to go back in the classroom. But again, that's a whole other show right there. But she has dedicated her life, her passion to education. Varied backgrounds in literacy development, diversity, standards, assessments, and teaching education. She started her career as a high school English teacher in New York City and then transitioned to the position of teacher educator. Let's welcome to the show a special guest, Dr. Vicky Jurokakis. I practiced that all morning and I still got it wrong. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Real quick, out here in Arizona, we're having major problems with keeping teachers in the classroom. As of this year, we're 4,000 teachers short. Just to give you a heads up with that, okay? So tell us more about yourself and your newest book, ma'am. Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Vicky. It must be so heart wrenching for you to go see this. What our country's going now with the immigrant situation. Again, that's a whole nother story. So I personally just want to apologize for you to sit there and because you are a success, your parents are a success, hardworking people, even though they're from a different country. They come here, now they're proud, they've done some great things, they've done some great things for the community, and that can happen. And so it's heartbreaking to see what this administration is doing with immigrants where a lot of it is so wrong, right? Yeah. When you're in the classroom, or when you were in the classroom teaching stuff like that, were they interested in understanding the diversity and immigration stuff like that? Was that a big part of what you taught in the classroom? Were the kids into it, or they kind of shook it off? Talk about that a little bit, real quickly, about when you were in the classroom, you talking about immigration and all that stuff. Were the kids into it? Did they want to learn, or they kind of shook it off? Yeah. Dr. Vicky, back to yeah, yeah, outstanding. Back to your book, ma'am. What inspired you? Was there a wow moment when you said, "Okay, now it's time to write this book"? I know you were over the years. You sit there, probably had in the back of your mind that you're going to put something, some great, because you have some great stories. You have some great essays. Was there a moment where you sit there and said, "Okay, now it's time to do it"? Bring us back to that moment where you said, "Okay, this is do it." Because a lot of us we procrastinate. We want to do this, we want to do that. We just kind of put it off. But it was something that you said, "Now it's time." Share that with us. Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. The contributors to your book, their approach, the concept of culture. How would they feel when you start talking to them, asking them questions about adding in essays? Were they really? I mean, again, you're very positive about the whole thing. You get a lot of that. A lot of them were like kind of upset and negative and this and that. Cause share with us some of the things you when you started talking to people about putting this book together and getting essays. Some of the responses from the people you interviewed. Share that with us. Okay. That's volume two. Outstanding. Volume two. Very good. But you know, again, so you're sitting there, you're doing some great things, and you're getting some great response. But there had to be some kind of challenges out there. So talk to us in the sense of you're in a classroom with other up and coming authors who face challenges, and how do you overcome them to continue? Because I said you got a great concept, you got a great story, but sometimes we get challenges like, ugh, is this even worth it? Should we even continue? How would you overcome the challenges? Oh, yeah, writing and because I said again, getting everybody to add to it was pretty good for you. That was pretty easy. So in terms of writing, yeah, did you face any kind of share that with us and kind of get over that as the listeners and new authors will sit there and say, oh, okay, because yeah, I got writer's block, I got this and this and this, I overcame it. How did you overcome it? Yeah, you know, I think you had a plus on your side being an educator in the classroom. So the grammar and all that kind of stuff like that, it probably came second nature to you because a lot of us don't like putting stuff out there because oh, geez, the grammar stinks. I didn't do this correct as that. You kind of sit there and said, my grammar, I knew I can do that well. I can put a comma here and this and that and that and that. Right? Was that part where you felt real good about putting that together? Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Great tip. Great tip. Many stories in your book likely showcase wisdom. Okay, so you probably did you sit there when you were getting information from the people you're talking to, and did they share some wisdom with you? Like, oh, okay, so you went home and you put things down, and did you learn something from who you spoke to? Did you learn something you didn't know from the wisdom of the people you're talking to for some of the stories? Share that with us. Hmm. Perfect. At this time, ma'am, please tell us where do we go after the show to learn more about you and your story and to buy your book. Where do we go? The title of your book. Did you and your publishers create that? Did you create it yourself? And if you have a copy of that, please show that the copy of the book. I love that too. But I love the title. It kind of really gets to the point of everything, and kind of share how that all came about because I love it. So there is a book, guys. Yeah, perfect. So how did the title? Did you come up with it yourself, or did you have there was a collaboration between you and your publisher? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a workbook format. That's kind of cool. That's different, right? I mean, it's something that can you write in it, something like that, or can you take notes in that, stuff like that? Is that the reason why you put it like a workbook format, your book, or is this how the essays fall in place? Gotcha. Culture tension. Did any contributors address the tension between maintaining culture traditions, different races, different cultures, different things they do? Again, being a Black American, different things come up, then different things are said, so you kind of adjust to it. Did you see some of that? Did you learn some of that? Did you talk about some of that? Because things come up. I mean, even though we overcome. I mean, I have no races born in my body, but things happen. Things are said, but you adjust. Did you see some of that when you're talking to people, putting everything together, where the cultural tension came out? Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Outstanding. You know, I've never been to Greece. I love to visit Greece. Do you go back there often at all, or do you go back to visit? And you just, what? Give us some pros and cons when a person from America goes to Greece. Tell us what we can and cannot do, can and should not do as a visitor in a wonderful country like Greece. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Outstanding. Future, you put the book out there. You got some great responses, some positive thing. What do you want us to get out of reading your essays about your book? Do you want us to all go to Greece for now, or you want us to become bilingual? What do you want us to get out of your book for the future of this wonderful book of yours? Yeah, 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 yeah. Beautiful. Again, I'm not going to talk politics too much, but it's a point where years and years I was so proud and happy to vote and be part of that, stuff like that. Where now with administration, the tension, the diversity, it's just so annoying, so upsetting. Everybody's so angry, and it's like, stop. And again, you may not watch this, but the WNBA is one example. Is that people are so angry? It's like, why are you so angry? I want to go to a basketball game and just watch the game. I don't want to hit all the side stories and all this and all that. I just want to watch the game. And there's other sports, there's other things going on like that. It's just with the administration or things going on and people calling people idiots and stuff like that. It's like, you're our president. You don't talk like that to other people. There's you just don't do that. and say representing you as you're not representing me. No, I would never sit there and talk to somebody like that in a position like that. So we got to, like, people like yourself, we got to come together and bring it back like we were, where we can sit and have a conversation and agree and disagree. There's still going to be hated and there'll be hatred there. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want to bring that back, right? Let's bring that back. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Outstanding. Before we get to the final comment, ma'am, please tell us again, where do we go to learn more about you and about your book? Where do we go? Outstanding. Final comment, call to action. What actions can readers take to support immigrant communities based on the things that you share from the book? Okay, so what should we do? We get your book, obviously, buy the book, and then we'll start making some changes. So, in closing, just give us your thoughts on what we want to read the book, to buy the book, read the book, and how we can start doing the positive things in the future. In closing, ma'am. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Outstanding. Yeah, yeah. Outstanding. Well said. Thank you so much for joining us today. You're awesome. Appreciate you. We will definitely gonna do your social media. We're gonna follow you and connect with you, link with you, and we're gonna promote you. We got some stuff that we put on Roku and stuff like that, so we'll put some stuff on that for you. So thank you so much. You have a great rest of your week. Come on back anytime. Stay awesome. Bye bye. Thank you very much. Bye bye. All right, guys. What a great, great show. Immigration, household. There's something wrong with that, okay? Nothing wrong with that at all. Man, you can cut your camera off. I'm going to sit there and close it out, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much, man.